Hello, my name is Cora Bashell. I work at the University of the West of England in Bristol, United Kingdom. I am the Communications Officer on ClairCity, and I was asked to present to you today to let you know how in ClairCity we are integrating communications and engagement into our project. So first of all, I'll let you know about ClairCity. We are the largest ever citizen-led air quality project in the EU. We are looking at the issues of air pollution and carbon emissions and their impact on health for citizens of cities across Europe. We are going to model citizen behaviour and their activities to enrich public engagement with city, national and EU level policy making about air quality and health. So we'll produce policy scenarios which will allow cities to work towards improved air quality, reduced carbon emissions, improved public health outcomes and greater citizen awareness. And these activities are focused on 6 cities across Europe. So you can see on the map the 6 cities we're working with, and we have 16 partners in total across Europe, and those include the 6 local authorities for each of the cities that we're working with. So the ClairCity process involves using existing data sets that are available for each city and then integrating innovative public engagement to find out what the residents in each city hold as their priorities for their locations. And the final outcomes from the project are a set of policy packages for the partner cities, which will help them to solve the problems of air pollution and poor public health, and also a database that would allow any city across the EU with over 50,000 residents to apply the same modelling processes and potentially make use of our engagement package as well. So to focus on the engagement that we're running, this is a real mix of different approaches, and I'll explain why. So we have a schools competition, we have a computer game, a game that will be specific to each of the cities we work with, an app that will work with local businesses as well as local residents, a process called the Delphi process, which is a series of questionnaires and workshops with members of the public. There's also workshops for local stakeholder organisations. They might be local NGOs or other parts of the council or other local businesses. We have social media across Facebook and Twitter where that's appropriate for the city. And we also have events that are focused at incorporating older people in particular and a wide cross-section of the city population. So who are we engaging is the answer to the question, why are we doing so much? It's really important when you're thinking about engagement to remember that different people like different things, and the public is not one cohesive group. One method is not going to suit everybody. So you can think about who are the different groups that might be relevant to the project or that the project might be relevant to, and what will work for them. And something really important that's there in the quote from Emily Dawson is to think not only about the people who are easy to engage, but to think about the people who are less frequently engaged, especially less frequently engaged on the issues you might be working on, and actively doing things to make it easy for them, so it works for them and not just for us. So within ClairCity, we are thinking about young people. That's why we're choosing to run a schools competition, because that's a specific audience. We're thinking about older people. We're thinking about younger cohorts who might be more happy with a digital engagement, but we're also doing things face-to-face for people who might find it harder to work online. And we're working with local businesses and organisations as well. So one way to think about that for us is often to think of individuals in your lives and what would work for them. So what would work for the person who works at your supermarket? What would work for your mother or your grandmother? What would work for the parents at a local school? Who are those key audiences? Where do they feel comfortable? And what will work for them? And to very briefly mention monitoring and evaluation. So if you're doing engagement, you need to know if you're doing it right and if you're doing it well. So if you're trying to monitor that, you need to think about not only the numbers, although that's important, so how many people got involved, but did they learn anything? Did they get something from the process other than just you told them something? And what didn't work? That's often as important to learn about as what did. So there are different ways to do that. You can observe. You can just look and watch while engagement is going on. You can integrate feedback and monitoring into the process. So you can ask people to vote for different options. You can monitor social media use and use a hashtag. You can have feedback boards as part of an event. So you're actively asking people to give their opinion or to give their answers to the questions you're asking. And you can also ask people directly. This takes up their time, so you have to be careful about doing it. But you can do questionnaires, you can do interviews, you can do surveys, so long as you're respectful of their time. That's all I have to say from ClairCity. I hope that's helpful. Please don't hesitate to be in touch. My email address is there. You can also look for more information on our website or on our Twitter. I hope that helps. Thanks very much.